Good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon. You're on the West Coast this morning, if you're on the East Coast this afternoon. If you are in, say, the UK or somewhere like that, it's evening. So, hey. um, so, my nugget today says remembrance. I know that everybody is remembering right now that today is 9/11 and it commemorates some some bad memories. 2021 or 2001, that really blew my mind when I realized that it's been 24 years. Like, wow. Like, wow. It's amazing when I think about it, and when I remember, because I was in New York when it happened. And I think everybody knows or everybody remembers where they were when they got the news about this. But my nugget as far as remembrance is twofold. Um, Number one, continuing to pray for the aftermath, okay? Because there were children that grew up without mothers or fathers. There were spouses that lost their husbands. There were parents that lost their children. And I know for them, it's like a blink of an eye. It was yesterday. And the remembrance is deep. But also knowing that we are still living in a volatile, very, very volatile and violent society, unfortunately. And just reflecting on what occurred yesterday, another shooting in a school, and then the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Um, whatever your political affiliation is, that was a life. That was a life. And that was a life that was taken. I've heard so many different um, reflections on his life being taken. And some people are reflecting on it from a superficial place, in my opinion. You know, if the only reflection you have is maybe he said something that you didn't agree with, maybe he was a part of a political party that you don't agree with, and so therefore your reflection is one of, oh well, or that's what he gets, or anything along that line, then that's really sad. That's really sad, because that was a life. That was a life that has been taken. And those children, those babies in that school, lives that were just taken. So my nugget in remembrance today is to remember to reverence life, to remember to respect what God created. That's life, sustainable life on this planet. And when we remember these things, I think it's very, very important to make sure that we're doing it from his vantage point, not from our own personal feelings. Seriously. Again, 9/11 took so many lives, thousands of lives like that. And then you still have senseless killings going on for whatever the reason. Somebody didn't get the mental help that they needed, or somebody was angry about something, or just somebody didn't agree with something. All of it centers around not reverencing the sanctity life, of life. And so it's kind of a somber day, you know. Every day is a day of celebration in the Lord because we are yet here, we are yet alive. But when we think about what transpires, sometimes it brings that heaviness and that feeling of sorrow, that there is such low regard for life in this season. So I am praying that we as a being, human beings. I am praying that we will begin to reverence life again and how valuable life is and how sacred it is. How sacred it is. All right. So that's my nugget today. Um, just remembrance, the sanctity of life and giving it reverence and respect. All right. That's it. Love you guys with the love of Christ. Lord willing, see you tomorrow. Bye.